On today's Everyday Review, we're going to spend a day in the business class section of Air Canada. And we're flying from Vancouver to Montreal and then onward to Geneva, Switzerland. So this is going to be a good test. Right off the bat, you'll see we are flying a Boeing 777 to Montreal in their classic pod configuration. If you've never seen this before, they're angled seats with two walls, it's very private, and the seats fold down into a bed. The seat controls are handled by a remote, and it even has a massage feature, which I don't really find very effective. Every seat is also equipped with a power outlet and a USB port. Unfortunately, neither of these worked on my seat. Now, one good thing about Air Canada is that you can fly these big birds like the 777, the 767, or the A330s across the country domestically and get this type of a business class configuration, which is practically unheard of for North American domestic travel on any other carrier. In the business class section, the in-flight entertainment system consists of a pair of hardwired Sennheiser noise-canceling headphones and a pull-out screen with many different options from TV, XM satellite radio, games, and of course, movies. One of my favorite things about a 777 is the amount of storage. As you can see here, there are 4 rows of passengers and there are 4 rows of overhead compartments, meaning that every person pretty well has their own storage compartment. I do fly a lot with Air Canada. This scene here is not too uncommon. The seat won't respond to commands, so a manual reset has to be made. Most of the time it works. Since this is an early morning flight, time to pull out the tray table and get ready for breakfast. Breakfast options consist of an omelet, pancakes, or the healthy option. These selections really haven't changed for about 5 years. In my opinion, they really need to change their menu. I chose the healthy option, which comes with fresh fruit, cheese and crackers, oatmeal, and yogurt. If you have to use the washroom, I do recommend that you go and use the mid-cabin business class washrooms there. They're full length, including a full-length mirror, and they even have a window so you can look out at that frozen Canadian tundra you're traveling across. Time to watch a movie, or not. After 3 unsuccessful attempts to reboot the system, this was my screen for the remainder of the flight, the black screen of death. So while everyone enjoyed their movies, I did some work on my laptop. At least the tray table slides back and forth for some amusement. 4.5 hours later, we land in Montreal on time and on schedule. One thing to note, usually when your in-flight entertainment system doesn't work, they give you a 5% discount on a future flight. No big deal. On this flight, they didn't even offer that, which is a little bit disappointing considering the price of this ticket is over $3,000. Next flight to Geneva is on an Airbus A330. For those who have never flown on Air Canada's A330, make sure you note this. In the front business class cabin, there are no overhead bins for the middle passengers, meaning if you have carry-on luggage, I'd recommend you get on board early. For the international flight, you do get an amenity kit, which consists of the usual things such as socks, eye mask, lip balm, moisturizer, and toothpaste and toothbrush. So far so good on this flight, the screen's working. For international flight, you do get an enhanced menu. This one consisting of beef tenderloin, stir-fried chicken, roasted black cod, or a 4-cheese pasta. Pre-dinner service usually consists of a bowl of mixed nuts. Sometimes they're heated, sometimes they're not, and a drink of your choice. For the appetizer, a hot smoked maple salmon with a citrus orange fennel salad, along with a bowl of mixed greens. It wasn't too bad. For my entree, I ordered the roasted black cod with the wild rice and vegetables. It was hot, it was moist, and it was edible. Post-dinner, I did indulge in the fruit plate with a glass of port, followed by probably the best thing of the meal, was the chocolate pecan pie with fresh whipped cream. Time to finish a movie, put the seat down, and catch a few Z's. Prior to landing, a breakfast tray is served with assorted pastries with jams, yogurt, and fresh fruit. 9 hours later, we are on the ground in Geneva, on time and on schedule. So how is Air Canada's business class? As I said before, for domestic North American flights, I don't think you can get better. I've only been on one other flight on American Airlines where they had a pod-style system for a domestic flight, and that was only due to an equipment change. As for the in-flight entertainment system not working, this definitely was not the first time for me, and I think this is an area that really needs to be addressed, along with their menu. For international business travel, Air Canada does provide a consistent product, but in that arena with so many competitors, there is definitely room for improvement.